It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, success pending from the moment I wake. These tastemakers still blocking, so I'm flooding the gates. I study the greats, watch my environment, understanding assignment, divinity, striving for early retirement. I'm focused. Nobody showed me how to get it, so I got myself. Built the rotation like a timing belt. I used to really want plaques, the fame chasing, had us breaking our backs. They advertise everything that we lack. My dog Chino kept the heat in his slacks. Sound crazy, the generation of crack babies. The late 80s and early 90s when it was grimy. That's what designed me, defined me. Didn't have no Abercrombie, too broke to have a hobby. Food desert Mojave, stuck on them ramen noodles. Them kids now be on them perks, you gotta check they pupils. Popping on IG with school IDs, can't tell them nothing till they hook the IVs. I've been crossing my T's, dotting my I's, watching online. The money coming, just a sign of the times. I put in years though, rappers flipping bars that I created from years ago. I just can't feel them like doctors refusing physical swell. I shatter their dreams and glue them back together. This is Kyrie verse, Kimber, y'all act like y'all don't remember how 97 the Netflix. Patreon on my guest list, I don't speak to the check it, I'm devising my exit.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this particular video, we're going to be getting into Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast. They recently had a bit of a debate about who the best female rapper of all time is. Joe Budden came out and said Foxy Brown, Fox Boogie. You know what I'm saying? The El Nana. And when he said this, it kind of sent the rest of the room into a bit of a frenzy. Okay? And the rest of the room, naturally, I guess you could say, they started to malfunction and they started throwing Nicki in the conversation. They felt that she was the rightful owner of the top spot. Now, remember, this not too long ago on this very channel, we went over like a top 50 female rappers of all time list. I forgot what publication even put it out, but I disagreed very heavily with the list that came out. We're going to talk about what the Joe Budden podcast had to say regarding who the best female rapper of all time is, and understand best and greatest. Those tend to be confused. And what I'm also going to do at the end of their debate is I'm going to give y'all a list of my top 20 female rappers. I know everybody's been asking like, Nolan, why don't you make these lists? I don't be thinking about this type of shit, man. Even with the video I did earlier today with the 7 levels of rappers, like, I don't be sitting in my regular life coming up with these types of concepts to be like, who can I pit against each other? How can I say that this person, you know what I mean? But when the debates happen among people who like to have those conversations, I'll give my opinion based on, you know, my historical memory of hip hop, how I view hip hop, and my participation level of hip hop and what moved me as a person that wanted to be a part of this culture, not only as a fan, but as a participant to write lyrics for myself and others. So I'm going to give y'all my top 20 best female rappers list afterwards. All right. Now, it's my personal opinion. I'm sure people will disagree, but I just, I just like to put that disclaimer out there, because if somebody resonates more with you than the person that I may name, that's all love. All right. But let's go ahead and pull up this audio of the JBP before we get there.
Foxy is the best female rapper ever.
Forgot about this one.
Amazing. Foxy is the best female rapper ever, and I'm ready to argue anybody.
That's crazy, but come on, Fox. Don't let him say that, Fox. Hold on,
Foxy is
Fox,
the
don't let him
best
say that.
female rapper of all time.
I'm gonna tell you what I
named Nicki Minaj.
I don't think what you're saying is the craziest take, but it's not right. I do think
right.
She's top 3, top 4.
I know she's number 1.
All right, I'll tell you. Oh, go ahead. I'm going to be honest. I'm not mad at what you say. It's just stupid. I think for you to not say Nicki first is kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
Nicki's skill level wise, hit making ability, actually just rapping.
Nicki does.
Don't change my conversation.
Okay.
I agree with you on those things. I'm very specific in what I'm saying. Rapping only.
Okay.
Just rapping only.
Skill?
That's
Nicki
it.
Minaj does everything better than every other female rapper ever.
No way.
I'll take Nicki. I'll take Jean Grey. Just pure lyricism. I'll take Nicki. I'll take Jean.
Rhapsody before I take
I love Jean Grey. I'm not putting her above Foxy.
I'm talking about she said just pure rapping ability.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Nicki, after she puts herself number one, is putting Foxy number two.
That's fine. But she's number one.
I might even put
What?
Lauryn Hill is
Foxy
better.
Brown.
Where's
If we're
Lauren
talking
and
about
Rhapsody?
pure rapping,
pure rapping.
Lauryn
is-
Hill.
I put
Rhapsody
Lauren
can't-
above. I don't count Lauren.
I don't got Lauren.
But you gotta ask Joe.
I don't count Lauren.
What do you identify?
Why you don't
as
count Lauren?
Rapping.
Why you don't count Lauren?
Because she's from a different planet.
Nah, come on.
Because don't help his argument,
We talking
basically.
So technically,
Well, no,
you have
if
a one.
Lauren's in it, then Lauren is the best female rapper ever.
Yes. Yeah.
If she's in it.
That is the craziest contradiction I've ever seen live in front of my face ever. How could you exclude Lauren? I mean, she's rapping excellently on the first two Fugees albums. She's rapping well on the few rap songs that she has on her solo album. I mean, I understand she went off and did so much more. She's way more iconic than, others, because she could go and do soul music, R&B music. She could rap your face off. She was an excellent actor. I wish she would have stayed in that lane and done more in that field as well. Like, she was she could have been an EGOT contender. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how talented Lauryn Hill is. But how do you exclude her? We'll continue.
I still got Nicki Minaj as the best female rapper ever.
If you're just basing it
If you're
off
talking
of
about
just
pure lyrical
rap,
skill,
Yep,
I
I'm
put
talking
Lauren
about that
above
too.
Nicki.
I'll give Lauren for sure. If you base it off of what she's done and what we've seen thus far, I'll give it that. If you're just basing off of that.
Rhapsody isn't competition.
Rhapsody's in that
monster,
conversation.
I'd say Rhapsody,
Rhapsody
Lauren,
is a monster.
and I don't know. We just
Rhapsody
Jean Grey
can
raps
rap
better.
better.
Jean Grey's
Jean Grey.
amazing.
Jean I'm Grey can absolutely rap with too. you. Jean Grey is amazing.
Shout out to Jean Grey.
I got a cape a little bit. Don't do Rod Digger like that either.
Oh, Rod Digger's fire.
That's true,
Rod Digger's fire.
Jersey.
That's true too. Pardon me. I apologize.
Even though she's from Jersey, she fire.
You said even though.
That's all right. He gonna have a little rough time in Jersey.
Oh, this nigga trying to actually play music. Hold on, y'all. Let me be very careful about how they do this, because I'm not finna let no bad mama jamma come in here and fuck this shit up.
Her mouth yet?
It's cheating because this is Tone and Poke.
Yeah.
And
Yo, where is Tone and
Cisco.
Poke?
Tone and Poke are arguably the best hip hop producers ever.
Where is Tone and Poke?
Get the fuck out of here, Ish.
I don't know.
But that's why I picked
No one's
this.
arguing that,
Listen to
but-
what she do over this beat that it don't sound like that's supposed to happen. This bitch still rapping.
This nigga insists on playing this fucking song, y'all. God damn. It's an interesting dance we got going here.
Also, if you're rolling with the theory, I don't know. So if y'all watching, please don't kill me. If you're rolling with the theory that all of this is whole,
I'm about to say, this is a great whole verse.
which it sounds like.
Of course.
Yeah, she'll wipe her bitch at that.
Here he go with this fucking song.
If you're gonna do that, then we gotta talk about Kim.
Well, when people
you're gonna add
when
that.
people say Kim, when people do Kim and Foxy, I really look at it as big and whole.
Yeah.
And what niggas did Foxy wash? Wash. I'm talking.
Wash.
You never heard the I Shot You remix.
Ooh, let's
Play it, nigga.
Whoa.
You never heard it.
Don't play it.
He literally has heard it.
I heard I shot you. Come on, stop that.
I shot your remix.
Oh, you said I thought you said like you want to hear it. I
No,
wasn't being
I want
funny.
to hear it again, but
Oh, I thought you said like play it. No, I wasn't being funny.
How her verse start off? Well, I shot your remix.
I should have asked Lori.
All right, they playing music. We gonna get through it though.
You can mention Nicki on Monster. You can mention Kim when it comes to Benjamin or Quiet Storm. Like she has verses where she had a better verse in it.
Foxy, Nicki, and Kim is the Mount Rushmore, and that's it.
fair.
I guess my personal favorite. I have an affinity for Foxy Brown.
Me too.
Me too.
Let me say that.
no.
Me too.
You're right, Free.
I take Foxy
Those
over
two,
Kim personally.
those two albums was crazy.
You're right. I have an affinity for Foxy.
I got Foxy over Kim personally.
I should have asked Lori when he was
personally, I
here,
get the
why
Kim
haven't
argument.
Poke and Tone gotten their fucking drink champs? We've seen every.
All right, so that's the debate there, and they kind of broke it down. They say Mount Rushmore was what was that? Foxy, Kim, Nicki, and who was the fourth that they just said? Hold on. And Lauryn Hill was the fourth. I don't necessarily disagree with that. All right. But it seems that after after Joe made his declaration, he had to backtrack. You know what I'm saying? So much for him standing on that. But he said he had a personal affinity for Foxy Brown. That's how I felt when I lived through that music coming out when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I knew Lil' Kim. I don't know what it was about Lil' Kim at the time that I didn't hear her music as much in my house. I heard a little bit more Foxy. Of course, I heard like the Crush on Yous and stuff like that, but that kind of shaped my earlier opinion because I always had Foxy above Lil' Kim. But now as an adult and I look back at the catalog, I look back at the longevity that Kim had. You know, a lot of people used to say that Biggie wrote her rhymes. So that was also like another thing. And come to find out she was really writing her own shit. She was writing for Diddy. She was, you know what I mean, putting that work in with the pen. That's stuff that I learned later about Lil' Kim. So I kind of shifted my perspective about her. There was also, like they said, the questions of whether or not Jay was writing for Foxy, whether or not Cam was doing work for either one. So there's a lot of little sidebar behind the scenes conversations that have asterisks next to them. But here's my list. Okay? Here's my list. Let me see if I can pull it up. And again, this is 20. This is going from number 1 to 20 in I guess descending order or ascending order. So Lauryn Hill being 1, Invincible at the bottom being 20. All right. So I have Lauryn Hill at number 1. I have Lil' Kim at number 2 for the reason I just named. I feel like their rapping ability is pretty much on par with each other. Some people would disagree. I think Lil' Kim accomplished more. She had a little bit more shelf life as far as like discography is concerned. So I'll put Kim over Foxy. Number 3, Foxy Brown. Number 4, I have Queen Latifah. Number 5, I have Da Brat. Number 6, I have Eve. 7, Bahamadia. 8, Nicki Minaj. 9, Megan Thee Stallion. 10, Boss. Boss is a wild card, but if you've never heard of her, you never listened to her music, go check it out. All right? You can find it. Next up, MC Light. And you can put Light above Boss. You can do whatever you want, right? It's your opinion. This list is mine. Next, I have Missy Elliott. If anybody wants to question me on why I have Missy Elliott at, what is that, like 10, 12? It's because Missy Elliott probably has the strongest discography. She probably has the most hits out of everybody on this list except maybe Nicki. But me personally, I don't look to Missy Elliott for raps. She gives you vibes. She gives you music for the party. She could sing your face off. She can write for, you know, she could write your rap. She could write your R&B song. She could write your neo soul record. You know what I mean? But when it comes to just pure rapping, I don't have her in that same category. You know what I mean? Up next, I have Shawnna. If you never heard Shauna's Worth the Wait album, please check it out because she gives you a range of everything. I wish she would have had a longer career. I wish she would have dropped more music. But, you know, she did an interview, I think, with Sway and was like, look, man, my relationship with music is I do it when I want to. You know, she's the daughter of Buddy Guy. And based on that, she's lived a very great life. Therefore, when she's not doing music, she's living peacefully. Right? Next up, Raw Digger. Like they said, Jersey in the motherfucking building. Dirty Harriet. She could go bar for bar with pretty much anyone on the list. It's just that she didn't have a very long shelf life either. You know what I'm saying? Some people may not have favored her voice as much. That's fair. That's your assessment, but I got her on the list. Next up, we got Left Eye. You know, we didn't really get to see like a budding solo career from her in the way that she would have planned, but I think her influence is super strong. Next up, Lady of Rage. She could go toe to toe with anyone. Next up, Jean Grey. She can go toe to toe with anyone. Another artist that, she was in the underground realms. But if you know, Jean Grey can out-rap just about anybody you select and put her next to. I feel like Rhapsody is a student of Jean Grey, which is why I have Rhapsody a notch below Jean Grey. Now, Rhapsody, very talented rapper, very good, very, very lyrical, very expressive. She makes a lot of deep records, but the knock that I have against Rhapsody would be the same that I have on Jean Grey, that there's just not enough palatable music to like really give to a common hip hop fan. And the last, not the last. After Rhapsody, I have Cyrock. Cyrock is an independent rapper. She can lyrically go bar for bar with literally anybody. But she just doesn't have that machine. She has less of a machine behind her than Rhapsody does. And maybe, hopefully, someday that will change. You know what I'm saying? Because she can fucking go. And last, we have Invincible, Detroit. What's good? For many years, Invincible was looked at as like the female Eminem. But she's not. She doesn't do that. She takes technical skill and she compounded it with like lyrical substance. She's from that same era of like the Elzais and like the Royces and those guys. She's from that like ilk. So me being the type of hip hop fan that I am, the type of MC that I am, these are the ladies that have, done it in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I think bar for bar, Nicki is probably one of the weakest on the list outside of Missy. But she has so many like great guest appearances that show like what her peak could sound like, which is what's carried her, which is why so many people put her in that number one spot outside of just like having all these big records, these hits, these the most charting fucking songs of any rapper ever, all that type of stuff that she was, because it wasn't number ones, but it was just charting. But her peak, that monster verse, everybody brings that verse up. You can't really exclude her based on that. And she has other features that are in that kind of bracket. But my knock for Nicki is just that she never brought that energy to her own solo music when it counted the most. Not for me. Okay? And don't come around here talking about no super freaky girl Queen mix or whatever the fuck. Okay? That's my opinion. Personally, I felt like Shauna was like the Brat 2.0 of somebody who could do like your standard rap flow, but then also like go Twista level with the tongue twisting and still have it like mean something. Like what she did on fucking Socket to me was insane. But yeah, that's my list. And in the front end of the video, we talk about Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast, debating poorly about who their top is. Now, let me know who your favorite ladies in hip hop are. You can let me know your power rankings, right? And this is best, not greatest. Although you can, however, if you want to convolute the two, go ahead and do it. It ain't got shit to do with me. But just be respectful. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? We can have respectful debate. We can talk about this stuff. Shouldn't nobody be disrespecting each other's families, knowledge, intelligence. Just say, hey, I disagree. This is how I see it. I'm going to be like, that's dope. All right? I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.